this maths tutorial. Today we are going to learn the 10th standard topic called arithmetic progression. What is that? Arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progressions. What is this arithmetic progression? Where we can see this arithmetic progression? Such questions comes to your mind, isn't it? So I can give you a clear idea about this. So in our day-to-day lives, we can come across with this arithmetic progressions. What is that? See, if you are an employee, how will you get the salary? See, first year when you are joining to a job, you'll get some fixed amount, isn't it? If it is a 15,000 amount you are getting in the first year, then what happened? In the next year, there is some amount is increasing to that fixed amount, isn't it? How it is? If 1,000 rupees is increasing for the second year, the first you are getting as a 15,000, in the second year the 1,000 rupees has increased to that amount, so you'll get second year 16,000, isn't it? And what about in the third year? Third year again the 1,000 rupees is increasing. What the amount is increasing, it is same for all the years, the 1,000 rupees, isn't it? So first year there is no increment, only the fixed salary. Second is 1,000 rupees increased, so you'll get 16,000, and third year again 1,000 rupees is increased, so you'll get 17,000. Accordingly it will go on. So what you can see here, you can see the fixed amount, which is that 1,000 is keep on increasing your salary, isn't it? Yes. So take another example. If you have a fixed amount in the bank, if you are keeping some fixed amount in the bank, what you'll do? First you'll keep some 50,000 or anything. You'll keep it in the bank, fixed amount. So you'll get some interest of that amount. First year you have that fixed amount is 50,000, and the next year it will increase the interested amount. It may be 5,000. Then what you'll get? 55,000 in the second year, isn't it? Again for the third year you'll get again 5,000, so it is increased to that fixed amount. Then you'll get 60,000, isn't it? And again it will keep on 5,000 increasing by the year, isn't it? So how it is increasing? The fixed amount that is increasing. So you can see the difference between two consecutive number is 5,000 here, and for that, which is your salary, I've told you the fixed amount is keep on increasing. That initial amount is 1,000 rupees. So the consecutive number, if you take two number, the difference you'll get 1,000 rupees, isn't it? Yes. So here what is that says? This says the arithmetic progression. Now we can say we can take one more example as the ladder. How the ladder is? We can see that the ladder is here. So you can see the length of the rungs of the ladder is decreasing uniformly if you go the upwards, isn't it? Here the length is more, and here comes little shorter. The distance, the length of the rungs is decreasing uniformly when you go in a upward, isn't it? When it comes downward, the length of the rungs is increasing uniformly. So here also we can see there is arithmetic progression. Got it? So let me take what is the definition of arithmetic progression. Let us see what is the definition of arithmetic progression. See, an arithmetic progression, I have written AP. AP means what? Arithmetic progression. An arithmetic progression is what? A list of numbers. That list of numbers we are getting. Got it? A list of numbers in which each term, what is called term? Term means the each digits are called terms. The each digits which comes in the arithmetic progression are called terms. So each term is obtained by, how each term is obtaining? By adding a fixed number, adding a particular fixed number to the preceding term, except the first term. Got it? Except the first term. What the first number, if you are taking, say 1, if I am taking a digit. See here, an arithmetic progression is a list of numbers. Which list of numbers we have to find out how each term is obtaining. Each term means there are so many numbers. Each term is how it's obtaining adding a fixed number, adding a fixed number to the preceding term. That means if I want to get the second number, we have to add some number to the previous number. Then we are getting the next number, succeeding numbers. So we have to add to the preceding number. That means here, which is the previous of that number. We have to find out the next number. So which is the previous number? 1 is the number. So for that 1, which number we are adding, that only we have to add it for all the numbers. Take here 1 I have written. If I go for adding 1 to this, then I am getting 1 plus 1 is nothing but 2 you are getting. Am I right? Which number? For this number 1, which number you are adding? You are adding to this number 1. So that you are getting the next number as 2. How to find out the next number? So to find out the next number, you have to add the fixed number. Fixed number means if you are adding 1 to a previous number, then here also you have to add only plus 1 only. Got it? If you are adding here plus 1, here also you have to add plus 1. So 2 plus 1 you are getting 3 here. Got it? Next, for this also you have to add the fixed number, because this plus 1 is fixed for all the numbers of this arithmetic progression. Got it? Plus 1 is fixed for this arithmetic progression. If you start adding 2, then here all you have to add 2. Got it? How I told the example previous, 1000 rupees is increasing every year, isn't it? So you have to add the 1000 rupees in each year to get the amount of the salary in the next year, isn't it? So here also the fixed amount you are adding. So here adding a fixed number, that fixed number to the preceding term. Preceding term is the previous term. Succeeding means the front term. Got it? After that. So preceding is the previous one. That is the number which is you are adding the fixed number, except the first term. First term you have to write it as it is. First number which you are writing, you have to write as it is. How to find out the second number? That the adding to that number, how much you are getting, that you are adding here. Got it? See, let me take this is so on. Let me take here 2, 4, 6, etc. How it happens here, the arithmetic progression. Here 2 is the fixed number, that is the beginning number, and how much you have added to get the next term? 2 you have added, isn't it? So you got here 4. To get the next term, how much you have to add here? 2. You are getting the next number, isn't it? So here also the fixed number you are adding to the number to get that arithmetic progression. Hope you understood. Now let me take the example here. Shakila puts rupees 100 into her daughter's money box. Her daughter having a money box. So Shakila put 100 rupees into that when she was 1 year old on her birthday. Got it? On her birthday she puts how much rupees? 100 rupees, and see here it is increased the amount by 50 rupees every year. Every year she is adding 50 rupees to that initial amount what she has put in that box. Got it? In her money box, first she has put how much rupees? 100 rupees. And every year she is increasing the amount of 50 rupees in every year she is putting. Got it? And on her birthday, second birthday, third birthday, fourth birthday, it's all like that. So every year, find out the amount of money in rupees in the box on first birthday, second birthday, third birthday, fourth birthday, as on. So how? First birthday how much rupees? 100. And second birthday she has increased the 50 rupees. So it still goes to 150 rupees. And again for the third birthday she has put again 50 rupees to add the previous number, that 50 rupees. Then you will get here 200. Then again go on the third, fourth birthday she has added again 50 rupees. So you will get 250 rupees. Let's keep on going like this. So here you got an arithmetic progression. There is a common difference between two consecutive numbers. You can find here, if you take these two consecutive numbers, you get the difference is 50. And if you go for these two consecutive numbers, what is the difference is 50. If you go for these two numbers, the difference is 50. Got it? their common difference you have to find out here. That is called the arithmetic progression. I hope you understood. This is a fixed number. Fixed number is called the common difference. Fixed number is called what? The fixed number is called the common difference. That gives the common difference of the consecutive numbers. That you can find a difference of that consecutive number. If you keep on going further, then you'll get that common difference you can find in that arithmetic progression. That is the fixed number which you are fixing for the finding the next number. Got it? So here the common difference we denote it by D, small letter D. And what is the first term? What is the first term we are getting? The first term we call it as called A1, and the second term we call it as A2, A3. It's so on. The second term we call it as A2. In general we can write A1, A2, A3, so on up to the last term we call it as AN. Here the last term, the nth term with Z. Got it? So last term we call it as AN. And what is the previous term of this AN? That is nothing but AN plus 1. Got it? The plus 1. For that is AN. When you are adding some plus 1, then you are getting that next number. So here we are writing AN plus 1. Then here the last term is AN. So in general, how we have to write? In general we can write here A1, A2, A3, etc. up to AN. This is the arithmetic progression form. A1. Here if you go for A2 minus A1, you are getting D. And A3 minus A2, if you are doing, you are getting 3. That means this minus this, you are getting D. This minus this, you are getting D. And A4 minus A3 also you are getting D. So the common difference you can find as a D here. Got it? So how to find out write the general form of this arithmetic progression? The general form I write is, therefore the general form of AP is A, etc. The first term is A, then you are adding the previous number to D, then you are getting A plus D, and A plus 2D. That means you are adding that D 2 times you are adding, then here you are adding a D 3 times you are doing. Got it? Also you can write previous term also, you can add it, but here in this way how I have written A plus 1D. Here you are getting 2D. That means if you are adding the previous number, it is okay, but you can write it like this also. In terms of D, you can write it once, twice, thrice, like that you can write it. Got it? Anyway, both the same. Next we can learn what is the finite AP and what is infinite AP. See here, I have written what is a finite arithmetic progression, infinite, and one note here. See, let us see what is a finite arithmetic progression. See, finite arithmetic progression is nothing but, in an arithmetic progression, there you can find only a finite numbers. The countable numbers only you can see. That countable terms are called finite arithmetic progression. In an arithmetic progression, there are only a finite number of terms called arithmetic progression. Finite number terms means we know that till where it is. You can see the last number there. So here it has a last term. Which is the last term you have to write. So then only it is finite. See here, I have written one example, 147, 148, 49, so on till where 157. It is not so on. It has written the last term. So if it has a last term, then it is called a finite arithmetic progression. Hope you understood. If it has only a finite number, finite means a countable numbers, then only we can say that is a finite arithmetic progression. When it comes to infinite arithmetic progression, there are no finite number. There are no finite number means there are infinite number of terms. That means we cannot count the numbers. So that terms, if there are no countable terms, there are no finite number of terms, are called infinite arithmetic progression. That means we cannot count till where it is. Or it is keep on, etc. So I have written it do not have a last term. So it did not have a last term. So it is etc. Infinite numbers. So we have written one example 3, 7, 11, etc. Here you can find here 147 plus 1, that gives 148, plus 1 149, so on till 157. You can write that number. But here 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 4 is 11, so on, it is continuing. Got it? So here there is no end of that number, but here you can find a end. Got it? So this is a difference between finite arithmetic progression and infinite arithmetic progression. And how we can write this arithmetic progression? To write the arithmetic progression, what and all we have to know. So here, to write the arithmetic progression, you should know only these two things. Which are the two things? I have written here in the note. If you know the first term A, and the common difference D, then you can write any arithmetic progression. If you know the first term 147, and what is the difference of these two? What is the difference? Common difference D. If you know D is equal to 1, then you can write any arithmetic progression. Hope you understood. Next I'll take some few examples to understand what is this arithmetic progression. See here in this example, for the AP is given 3 by 2. What is this AP? Solution. AP is given 3 by 2, 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2 and 3 by 2, so on, etc. It is a finite AP or infinite AP? It is an infinite AP because that till where it is not given. So this is an infinite AP. So for the AP, write the first term A and the common difference D. You have to find out the first term A and the common difference D. You have to find out. Which is the first term which is given? The first, that is the first term. So write the first term. The first term is nothing but A. A is equal to what? 3 by 2. And you have to find out which one? The common difference. First term you have to find out. First term, that is A, and the common difference you have to find out. What is the common difference? That is nothing but D you have to find out. How to find out the common difference? Difference is, you know that how to find out number minus the previous number. That is, if it is this A2 minus A1. That is A2 minus A1. A2 means what? A2 is half minus what is A1? A1 is 3 by 2. What is A2 minus A1 you have to do. Next you have to find out A3 minus A2. Next A4 minus A3 you have to do. Then if you are getting the common difference, then that is the common difference. Now we will find out. See here 1 by 2 minus 3 by 2. See here that we know that we have learned in the fractions, if the denominator is common here, then what is that you have to do? You can do the subtraction directly. So here you get 1 minus 3 divided by 2, that is you are getting here 3 minus 3 is nothing but minus 2 by 2. From minus 3 you are taking 1 plus 1, then your remaining is minus 2. So you know that 2 ones are 2 ones are. So what is the remaining? This minus is remaining and 1 is remaining. So that is gets minus 1. So the difference is minus 1. Whether this is the correct one, you have to check for the another one also. The common difference is for the next one. A3 minus A2. What is this A3? A3 is minus 1 by 2 minus A2 is 1 by 2. Here you can see that the common difference is 2 -1 and here also -1. Both are in the same sign. So when you have a same, then you have to, what you have to do it? You have to add it, isn't it? If you have a same sign, you have to add it. Got it? So -1 you will get -2 by 2. 2 ones are 2 ones are. So what is the answer? -1 is the answer. So here also the common difference is -1. Here also 1. So what is the common difference you find out? Therefore D is equal to -1. That is the common difference and A is the first term here. So how to find out the common difference and how to find out the first term? I hope you understood. Let's move on to the second example. Here the second example says, which of the following list of numbers form an AP? Here I have given two list of numbers. So here in this following list of numbers, which number forms an AP? And if they form an AP, you have to write the next two terms. If it is an AP, then what you have to find out? You have to find out the next two numbers. Here continuation is given, so you have to find out the two more number. Hope you understood. So first you have to check for whether following the list of numbers are AP. How to check this? First you have to find out the common difference of the arithmetic progression which is given. So first one is given. First one solution I will find out. See here the arithmetic list progression given as 1, -1, -3, -5, etc. So what is the AP is given here? -1, -3, -5. Sorry, 1, which is the AP given, 1, -1, -3, -5, etc. is given. So here you have to find out whether it is AP. If it is an AP, you have to find out the common difference D here, isn't it? The difference should be same, then only you have to say that this is arithmetic progression. So first you have to find out here the difference. The difference of these you have to find out. So here difference you have to find out. First you have to find out A2 minus A1. What is A2 here? A2 is, this is A1, A2, this is A3, this is A4, so on. So which is A2? A2 is -1 and the minus is there in this formula. And what is A1? A1 is 1. Got it? So what is the answer? -1 you'll give -2. Isn't it? Adding the same sign. So it is in the same category. So you have to add it, isn't it? So here next you have to find out A3 minus A2. What is A3? A3 is -3 and what is A2? A2 is -1 and in the formula also minus is there. That minus you have to write it first and here the A2 is how much? -1. That you write it in the bracket. Hope you understood. A3 is how much given? A3 is -3 given and this minus in the formula you have to write it. And what is A2 is given? A2 also -1 is given. So here both the sign minus coming. So minus A2 you have to write it inside the bracket. Got it? Now you open the bracket. So here -3, minus into minus you will get +1. So -3 plus 1 you are getting. What is the answer? -3 plus 1. From -3 plus 1 goes you will get -2. See here also -2, here also -2. So you can find there is a common difference D as -2. Now check it for the last one also. Don't leave it. Check for the last one also. A4 minus A3. What is A4? A4 is nothing but -5 and what is A3? That is nothing but minus in the formula and -3. So what it gives? That is -5 plus 3. From -5 3 goes, plus 3 goes. What gives? -2. So you can find the common difference D here as -2. So what you can say that the D common difference D is -2. So it is same everywhere. The common difference is same everywhere. So we can say that the list of numbers are in AP. And what else you have to do? If it is in a AP, you have to find out the next two terms. Got it? These are AP. So you have to write it here. that is d is equal to minus 2 is same every time, same every time. Therefore, what we can say that the list of numbers forms an AP. So you have to find out the next two terms also. So you find that this list of numbers are in AP. Now you have to find out the next two terms. How to find the next two terms? Which is the last number here? Last number is minus 5. You have to add to that number d. D is nothing but minus 2. So what you will get? Minus 5 plus into minus you will get minus 2. Then you will get minus 7 as the one term. How much term they asked you to find out? Two terms. First term you find out minus 7 and the second term you find out from the last number you will get minus 7, isn't it? From that minus 7 you have to add minus 2, common difference. Then you will get minus 7 minus 2, that you will get minus 9. So here you find the next two terms. Which are the next two terms? Minus 7 and minus 9. You are adding to the last number that difference. Then you are getting the number minus 7. Then here the minus 7 is the last number. For that number you are adding the difference. Then you are getting the next term. Hope you understood. So they asked you to find out the next two terms. The next two terms are the next two terms are minus 7 and minus 9. Hope you understood. Now we can see the second example. What is the second example given? 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, so on is given. So how to find out? First you have to find out the common difference. See, find out D. D is nothing but A2 minus A1. What is A2? 1 minus 1, that gives you 0. Then A3 minus A2. A3 is how much? A3 is again 1 minus 1. Here also you will get 0. See, after doing 2, you cannot come to the conclusion that here also it is an arithmetic progression. See here, from doing the first 2, you got the answer is same here. So you cannot come to the conclusion that this is an arithmetic progression. Do for the next one also. See, A4 minus A3 you do. What is A4? A4 is nothing but 2. 2 minus A3 is 1. What do you get? 2 minus 1, you will get the answer is 1 here. Can you see the common difference here? No. Here 0, 0, that is common, but here it comes 1. So this is not in arithmetic progression. So what the terms which they have given, this is not in AP. So here A3 minus A2 is not equal to A4 minus A3. So here these two are not equal, that it is not equal. So you can write A3 minus A2 is not equal to A4 minus A3. Therefore the list of the number you can write. Therefore the list of the numbers are not in AP. The list of the numbers are not in AP. You have to write it. If it is not in AP, then you no need of finding then two terms. You cannot find out, isn't it? So the list of the numbers are not in AP. You have to write it for this. Hope you understood. I hope you understood the last example what I've done. Do these two as a homework. I'll wind up my today's class here. I hope you understood. And those who have not subscribed my channel, subscribe it. And there is a bell icon next to that. Enable that. That gives you a notification regarding my new upload videos. Hope you guys are doing fine. Have a nice day.